is Robert. RJL Network presents another exciting edition of Inside Pitch Advanced. The 1980 season is on the air. We are now in the month of July. Today's date is July 2nd, 1980. We are north of the border at Exhibition Stadium for an important American League East matchup between the Baltimore Orioles and the Toronto Blue Jays. The Orioles come to this game a record of 47-26. They are only one game back of the Yankees in the American League East. The Toronto Blue Jays at 37-34. And at the moment, the Blue Jays are fourth in the American League East. They're only a game back of Detroit for third. Still a long way to go as we now only have 3 months left in the regular season. And, of course, the All-Star break is right around the corner. So every game is still important here as the Orioles and the Jays will now fight each other for a key matchup here in this division. Ben Witt's Cutter Historical are first to join us here at Exhibition Stadium. The Orioles historically won this game 6-2. They had 11 hits and no errors. The Blue Jays had 8 hits and an error. But as usual, Inside Pitch has a mind of its own, and we'll see what happens tonight. So, everyone get set and ready to go. It's Friday Night Baseball. We got tonight and tomorrow, and then we have the All-Star break. So let's see what happens tonight in a key matchup in the division. Starting pitcher for the Toronto Blue Jays tonight is Paul Mirabella. He had a rough year in 80. 5 wins, 12 losses, a 4.34 ERA. And he gets the call for the Jays tonight. We are at Exhibition Stadium. This is a pitcher's park. -1 to strikeouts. Not many home runs here. And there is no chance of a home run being robbed. So the Orioles, one of the best teams in the league, only one game back of the Yankees for the American League East. Let's see what happens tonight as we get set and go to the top of the first. Leading off for the Orioles, center fielder Al Bumbry. I always felt he was an excellent player. 318 average, 9 homers, 53 RBIs, and 80. We're going to use powder blue, white, and blue dice. Blue Jays are the home team. And they are set and ready. Let's get the month of July underway. Mirabella, 2-5. It's a blank. Bumbry, 6-2. And that's a line drive right to third base. And that'll be gloved by Garth Orge. Line out to first, and that's out number, and that will be the first out. Next batter is the second baseman, Rich Dower. 284 average, 2 homers, 63 RBIs. Mirabella, 4-2. That's a base hit. That's going to be a straight single. It'll be a single past second. And Dower will reach first. First hit of the game for the Orioles. And Dower goes to first. The lovely Barbara joins us here at Exhibition Stadium. Next batter is the right fielder, Ken Singleton. 304 average, 24 homers, 104 RBIs. That is a good year. Dower had 3 steals. He won't get one here. Mirabella, 7-3. Range play 13. That's an 18. No. Singleton, 5-8. And that will be a fly to left field. And Al Woods is going to get to that. And he'll make the catch for out number 2. Malbert's 20 joins us here at Exhibition Stadium. The exclamation point means there can be no change to the home run number. So if there's an exclamation point, it is not adjusted by anything. Ballpark or the pitcher's with bases empty or bases with somebody on base. It cannot be adjusted. Next batter will be the first baseman, Hall of Famer Eddie Murray. I think he's one of the greatest of all time. 300 average, 32 homers, 116 RBIs. Strategy roll for Dower, and he'll stay put. Mirabella, 2-1, strikeout, 16 will miss. Murray, 5-3, and that's going to be a base hit to left field. There are no runners in scoring position, so a single to left. 7-3, and he will hold. Dower would only advance on a ball if hit the center or right. It was hit the left, so Dower will hold there. As Murray will get a single. And now the left fielder, Benny Ayala, 265 average, 10 homers, 33 RBIs. Strategy roll, nothing on the 4. Mirabella, 8-1, it's a blank. Ayala, 5-6, and that's going to... Now, there are runners in scoring position. That's a base hit past third, but Mirabella, a 1-11, he'll turn that into an out. And that's a 1, and that's exactly what it's going to do. That's going to be a ground ball to third base. That'll get picked up there by Garth Orge, and he's going to throw to first to get Ayala, and the inning is over. So it does say runners in scoring position, a single past third, but Ayala, that one had a 1-11, so he actually wasn't too bad with runners in scoring position. He turns that single into an out. And that will retire the side. No runs, 2 hits. For the Orioles, we'll go to the bottom of the first. I like that nuance and inside pitch advanced. Starting pitcher for the Baltimore Orioles tonight is Mike Flanagan. I always felt he was a solid pitcher. 16 wins, 13 losses, a 4.12 ERA in 80. David Vega joins us here at Exhibition Stadium. Leading off for the Blue Jays, second baseman Damaso Garcia, 278 average, 4 homers, 46 RBIs. I believe Cutter Historical will actually say Damaso Garcia was a solid player. Flanagan, 6'7", strikeout. He'll get Garcia, struck him out. First strikeout for Flanagan. He had 128 of them in 80. Next up is the designated hitter, Domingo Ramos, a 125 average. He only played in 5 games for the Blue Jays, but he's the DH in this game tonight. Flanagan, 4-3, strikeout. He'll get Ramos, and that will be the second strikeout for Flanagan. 2 down. Damaso is more of a malcontent than a good player. Once torched his uniform. Next batter will be the first baseman, Doug Alt. A 194 average, 3 homers, 15 RBIs. A bit of a hodgepodge lineup for the Blue Jays tonight. Flanagan, 4-4. That's a possible home run. That is a possible home run, and against the lefty, Alt needs a 15. Nobody on base. That's a 5. And believe it or not, Alt's going to have a bomb. Kaboom! That ball is high. That ball is deep. And that ball is gone. Home run, Doug Alt. An unlikely home run hitter. He only had 3 bombs in 1980, but he'll get one here. A 4-4 is a straight-up home run. Against the lefty, Alt's a 15, and no adjustment from Flanagan, and it's 1-0 Jays. Here's the left fielder, Al Woods, 300 average, 15 homers, 47 RBIs. Flanagan, 6'6", a strikeout. He'll get Woods, barely. Called strike 3 on Woods. Woods is a 3 against lefties. -1 makes him a 2. That is a 2. And Woods gets called on strikes. So Mike Flanagan actually strikes out the side, but he does give up a home run. 1 run on 1 hit. A solo bomb by Doug Alt. Of all players, 1-0 after 1. We go to the top of the second. Leading off for the Orioles will be the third baseman, Doug DeCinces, 249 average, 16 homers, 64 RBIs in 80. Mirabella with the pitch. 7-8, wild pitch, it's a blank. DeCinces, 7-3, that's a fly to left field. It'll be a play for Al Woods, and he's got it for the out. Here's the designated hitter, Lee May, 243 average, 7 homers, 31 RBIs for B. Moore. Mirabella, 5-7. That's at the park. Exhibition Stadium, 3-1. That's fly to center. An easy play for Barry Bonnell. And he will go ahead and get it for the second out. And now the catcher, Rick Dempsey. Always felt Dempsey was a very steady guy behind the plate. 262 average, 9 homers, 40 RBIs, and 80. Mirabella, 3-2, walk. That'll be ball 4. He'll walk Dempsey. So Dempsey will trot the first walk given up by Mirabella. He had 64 of them in 80. They had more walks than strikeouts. And here's the shortstop, Kiko Garcia, 199 average, a homer, 27 RBIs that year. Dempsey really not a stealing threat, and he's not going anywhere. Mirabella, 2-2. That's an automatic out, and that'll be a ground ball to short, picked up easily by Alfredo Griffin. And he's going to throw to second and get Dempsey, and that will retire the side. Nothing across except the walk, and we'll go to the bottom of the second. Good to have you guys here for some Friday night baseball. Leading off for the Blue Jays, center fielder Barry Bonnell, 268 average, 13 homers, 56 RBIs, and 80. Flanagan, 7-8, that's a blank. Bonnell, a 3-5, that is a ground ball to short, handled easily there by Kiko Garcia. And that will be the first out. Here's the right fielder, 20-year-old Lloyd Mosby. I know Cutter historical, but I would think you would like him because he had a good career. 229 average, 9 homers, 46 RBIs. Philip Reynolds joins us here at Exhibition Stadium. 20-year-old Lloyd Mosby. Flanagan, 3-7 against the lefty. Strikeout. He'll get Mosby. And that will be the 4th strikeout for Flanagan. 2 down. And now here's the shortstop, Alfredo Griffin. 254 average, 2 homers, 41 RBIs. I'm rooting for Seattle. I'm rooting for Seattle. Sick of the Patriots. Flanagan, 5-5, walk 4, and believe it or not, that's going to miss. Griffin did not walk much against lefties. Griffin, 1-5, that's a grounder to second base. That'll be taken care of there by Rich Dower. Dower will toss it over and retire the side. 1-2-3 inning for Flanagan. 1-0 Jays after 2. Top of the third, Al Bunbury leads off for the O's. He's 0 for 1. Mirabella will pitch. Mirabella, 5-3, error on a booted ball. Bunbury, 4-2. That's going to be an infield single. That's an infield single to the shortstop. That's an infield single to the shortstop. There will not be an error on that. That'll straight be an. Well, wait a minute. It's an infield single, error on a booted ball. No, there is no error on a booted ball with an infield single, and you save it first. So Bunbury gets his first hit of the game. And now here's Dower. Dower singled his first time up, infield double play. Bunbury, a bit of a thief, 44 steals. And he gets the jump and he's going. 16 plus 1 is 17. And Bob Davis is the catcher. His arm rating is a 0. 1-17, Bunbury is safe. And he is. Pretty much, they really didn't get a chance. Bunbury will go ahead and will steal second base. And now that takes away the double play, re-roll the strat, and Bunbury will stay put this time. World's worst gamer joins us here at Exhibition Stadium. Mirabella with the pitch. 1-1, walk, 9. And yeah, ball 4 and just barely. And Mirabella did not like the call. That will be a walk. And that's the second walk by Mirabella. It'll now bring up Singleton. He's 0 for 1. Infield back for double play. Strategy. Nothing on the 15. Mirabella will deal. Mirabella, 1-3. Strikeout. And called strike 3 on Singleton. He got him. And he needed that, K. That's the first strikeout from Mirabella. He only had 53 of them in 1980. But now here comes Murray. Murray got a single his first time up. Strategy roll again, nothing happening. Mirabella will settle in there and he will pitch. Mirabella, 4-5, strikeout 9. That will miss. Murray, 2-4, and it's a fly ball to center field. Easy play for Bonnell. That's going to be out number 2. Will Bunbury take third? A 8-7, and he'll hold. So Bunbury will hold at second base. They're now 2 down. And now Ayala's up next. Ayala's 0 for 1. Runners at first and second. And nothing on the strat. Mirabella will pitch. Mirabella, 4-3, strikeout 11. That is too high. Ayala, 1-6. It's a fly ball to left field. And Al Woods is going to get to that. He'll make the catch and retire the side. No runs, a hit, a steal, and a walk. But the Orioles get nothing. We will go to the bottom of the third. Leading off for the Blue Jays will be the third baseman, Garth Ord. Believe it or not, third base was his best position. 248 average, 2 homers, 14 RBIs in 80. He played a lot of positions in that year. Ord, 3-6. I'm sorry. Flanagan, 3-6. Error, foul, grounder at the park. Exhibition, 7-6. And that's gonna be a single pass first. That's going to be a single pass first. It'll get by Murray, and Orge is going to have a base hit. So Orge has his first hit of the game. And now here's the catcher, Bob Davis. 216 average, 4 homers, 19 RBIs. Don't know much about him. Infield set for double play. Orge really not a stealing threat, and he won't go. Flanagan, 1-7, it's a blank. Davis, 6-6, base hit, pass short. That's a single. Orge will hold at second base. Orge has got decent speed, but a single pass short will keep him at second. And now the Blue Jays got something going on. Runners at first and second, no one out. And here's Garcia. Garcia's 0 for 1. Strategy roll, nothing on the 19. Flanagan will go ahead and deal. Flanagan, 5-4. That's an automatic out. It will be a fly to right field. Ken Singleton will get to that for the first out. Will Ord take third? Fly to right, 7-5, and yeah, he will. 7-5 will move Orge over to third base. Davis stays where he is. So now runners at the corners and 1 out. Next batter is Ramos. Ramos is 0 for 1. They're going to play corners in. So if it's hit to first or third, the play will be at the plate. Second or short, they'll try a regular double play. Strategy. Nothing on the 19. Flanagan will deal. Flanagan, 1-5. Strikeout. Got him. He'll get Ramos. And that is another strikeout for Flanagan. That's his 5th. Now, can the Orioles get out of this? But here comes Alt. Alt hit a bomb his first time up. 1-0 Blue Jays, bottom of the third. And that's a 20, but nothing happening. Flanagan will deal. Flanagan, 4-8. That's a pitcher result. That's an 11 against a righty. That is a possible home run again. Against the lefty, Alt needs a 15. And with runners on base +1, I can't believe this. A 1-16, Doug Alt hits another one. No, it's an 18. Oh, my. 8-3. And instead, it's a deep fly ball to center field. Going back for that is Al Bunbury. He's at the track. He is near the wall. He's going to get just enough room. And he's going to make the catch. And it's going to be a very loud out. No runs, 2 hits. Doug Alt misses his second home run by just 2. Stays 1-0 after 3. The wind might have been blowing in on that one. I think maybe the wind was blowing in. A 1-16, and he rolls an 18. Jeez. On to the 4th. Leading off for B-Moore is Doug DeCince. He's 0 for 1. Mirabella, he will pitch. Mirabella, 6-5, strikeout 11. Cold strike 3 on DeCince. That'll be the second strikeout for Mirabella, 1 down. Mirabella can pitch to 24 batters, and Flanagan can pitch to 30. Next up is May, and May is 0 for 1. Mirabella will deal. 3-8, error on a booted ball. May, 1-8. That's a ground ball to short. That ball is hit to Alfredo Griffin. His error rating is an 11. That's a 3, and he's going to boot that ball. That's going to be a booted ball. May will make first, and that will be an E6 and the first error on the Blue Jays. They did have an error in the game historically, so Griffin does make an error there. It'll bring up Dempsey. Dempsey walked his first time up. Infield set for double play. May had 2 steals. I don't think he's going to do anything, and he won't. Mirabella will pitch. Mirabella, 8-6. Range play at the park. Exhibition, 4-1. That's a double to right field. Going after that is Mosby. His range is a 4, a 1 to 4, or 8. He'll make the play, and it is an 8. He'll make the catch. 2 down. Fly ball to right field, but Lloyd Mosby will make the catch on an 8. And that is out number 2. Dempsey can't believe he didn't get the double. And now here's Garcia. Garcia's 0 for 1. May on it first, and he'll stay at first. Mirabella, 5-7. That's at the park. Exhibition, 5-4. And that will be a fly ball to right field again. This time, Mosby will not have to do much. All he gets to do is stay there. He'll make the catch and retire the side. No runs, no hits. There was an error, but the Orioles couldn't take advantage of it. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. Al Woods leads off for Toronto. He's 0 for 1. Flanagan deals. 6-2. Walk, 5. Ball 4. He walked him. So Flanagan will walk Woods. And that is the first walk given up by Flanagan. He had 68 of them in 80. Here's Bonnell. Bonnell's 0 for 1. Infield set for double play. Woods not a stealing threat, and he's not going. Flanagan, 3-4 against the righty. It's a blank. Bonnell, 4-4. That's a fly to left. An easy play there for Benny Ayala. And that will be the first out. Here's Mosby. Mosby is 0 for 1. Once again, Woods, he will stay put. Flanagan deals. Flanagan, 6-3. Range play 13. 17, no. Mosby, 4-4. And that's going to be a fly ball. That's going to be a 4-4. That's going to be, nope, I'm sorry. 4-4 is a ground ball to third. That's a 4. I don't think they're going to get a double play on that. So 4, hit the third 0. Flanagan +2 makes that a 6. And that's going to be a fielder's choice. So Woods is going to be out at second base. Mosby will take over first, and that's a second out. Since we didn't have to use that. So fielder's choice for Mosby. It'll bring up Griffin. Griffin is 0 for 1. 2 outs. Mosby, he's not a stealing threat. Griffin is not bunting with 2 men out. Flanagan, 3-4 against the switch right. That's a blank. Griffin, 8-7. And against the lefty, it's a high fly ball to right field. And Singleton's going to get a beat on it. He will track it down. And that'll retire the side. Nothing across except to walk. 1-0 Blue Jays after 4 in this pitcher's duel. Combined ERA of these two pitchers is 8.4. And we've only got 1 run on the board. On to the 5th. And it will be Al Bumbry leading off for the O's. He's 1 for 2 with a single and stole a base. Mirabella with the pitch. Mirabella, 2-6. Hit by pitch, -1. Bumbry is a 5, which will make him a 4. That is a 4, and he got him. Plunk, ouch. They'll go ahead and hit Bumbry, and Bumbry will trot to first, so the first hit batter of the game. And that'll bring up Dower. Dower 1 for 1, a single and a walk. Infield set for double play. Bumbry, that's a 4. He gets the jump. I'm going to send him. 16 plus 1 is 17. Davis a 0 arm. A 1 to 17. Bumbry is safe. He is. That is a 9, and he'll get to second base again easily. Bumbry had 44 steals. Second stolen base for Bumbry. We'll re-roll the strat, and he'll stay where he is. Mirabella, that takes away the double play. Mirabella will pitch. 6-8. Strikeout 6. That will be too high. Dower, a 5-4. It's a fly to left field. An easy play for Woods. Makes the play for the out. Will Bumbry take third? 6-7. And let's see. 6-7 and holds if the arm rating is a 7. Left fielder for the Blue Jays is Woods. His arm rating is a 4. Bumbry will go to third. So because he didn't have a good arm, Bumbry will make third, and now the tying run is 90 feet away and a chance for Singleton. Infield will play in, expecting try to get him. Infield in chart is ready to go. Here's Singleton. He's 0 for 2. Strategy roll, and nothing on the 16. Mirabella will pitch. Mirabella, 3-7. Range play, 12. That is a 12. It's a range play. Singleton, 4-7. And that's going to be a base hit to right field. And there are runners in scoring position, but since it's a range play, it really does not matter. So it's still going to be a range play to right field. And going after that is Mosby. Mosby's range is a 4, and this time he won't get it, and that will be a base hit. Bumbry will come in and score. We're tied at 1. This time Mosby couldn't make the play, and that is an RBI single for Singleton. Even though it was with runners in scoring position, it was either going to a range play pretty much cancels that out because it's going to happen no matter what. It's either going to be a single or an out. So now we're tied at 1. Infield back to double play. Here's Murray. Murray 1 for 2 with a single. -5, 8 strokes back with Bryony Baird. Yay. Art section 518 cheers. Nothing on the 13. Mirabella will deal. Mirabella, 6-1. Against the switch right. That's a blank. Murray, 3-4. Ground ball to short. Grounder to short. That's a 12. +1 is a 13. Mirabella +3 is a 16. And Murray is a 13 over. That is going to be a 6-4-3 double play. And that will retire the side. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 steal, and 1 hit batter. We're tied at 1 going on the bottom of the 5th. Garth Orge leads off for the Blue Jays. And he got a single his first time up. Flanagan will continue to pitch. We're now tied at 1. Flanagan, 6-6, strikeout 4. He'll get orange. Another strikeout for Flanagan. That's his 6th. And now Davis. Davis got a single his first time up. Flanagan with the deal. 5-2, strikeout, swing and a miss, struck him out. Flanagan gets his 7th K. He'll get himself a big strikeout now, 2 down. And now Garcia. Garcia's 0 for 2. Flanagan, he will pitch. 8-5. That's a pitcher result. That's a 17 against a righty. It's going to be a blank. Garcia, 5-2. It's a ground ball to short, picked up easily there by Kiko Garcia. He'll throw it over to first, and that is a 1-2-3 inning on the Blue Jays. Tied at 1 after 5. Good pitchers duel here at Exhibition Stadium. We go to the 6th. Mirabella can pitch to 2 more batters before he tires. Benny Ayala leads off for the O's. He's 0 for 2. Mirabella will pitch. This will probably be his last inning. He only pitched to 24 batters, so I don't think he's really, and he only had 5 wins. So obviously Mirabella just not getting any help from the team, from the lineup. Mirabella, 4-8, strikeout 7, got him. They'll go ahead and get Ayala. That is the 3rd K for Mirabella. 1 down. He was not tired yet. And now here's DeCinces. DeCinces 0 for 3. Mirabella deals. And 2-7. That's a blank. DeCinces, 1-6. That's flied to right. Getting over there is Mosby. And he'll make the play for the 2nd out. Mirabella is now tired. And he'll pitch to May. May is 0 for 2, but reached on an error his last time up. Pitch from Mirabella. 2-4 against a righty. That's a possible home run. Against the lefty, May needs a 12. With bases empty, +2 makes him a 14. And that is a 16. May will not get a bomb. He will swing, though, 4-5, and instead he's going to get a little bit of it and nubs it to short. Charging is going to be Griffin. He's not going to get there in time. It's going to be an infield single. Base hit for May. He just misses a bomb off of Mirabella. It'll bring up Dempsey. Jeremy Brooks joins us here at Exhibition Stadium. Dempsey is 0 for 1 with a walk. May on it first, 2 outs. Top of the 6th, tied at 1 in the game between the O's and the Jays. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 19. Mirabella is tired. He wants to get he does want to get the final out of the game, of this inning. Mirabella will deal. Mirabella, 2-8, error, foul, grounder at the park. Exhibition, 2-6, and that is going to be hit hard into center field. It's going to roll all the way to the wall, and it's going to roll away also from Bono. He'll have to chase it down. Rick Dempsey is going to have a triple. A triple to center field. May will score. Orioles lead 2-1. Stadium groans. RBI triple for Rick Dempsey on a 2-6 is a straight triple to center field. And now 2-1 O's. And here's Garcia. And I think that's going to be it for Mirabella. So Mirabella coming out of the game, that'll be it for him. And we'll see a new pitcher for the Jays. And they got a bunch of righties, so we're going to go to a righty here. And we'll see a new pitcher. So new pitcher coming up for Toronto, and it will be Joey McLaughlin. 6 wins, 9 losses, 4 saves, a 4.51 ERA. Mirabella leaves with the L. And McLaughlin will now come on to pitch. He can pitch to 9. And Kiko Garcia will go ahead and pitch. And back. Dempsey on at third. So 2 outs here, but now a 2-1 Oriole lead. Rick Dempsey with a triple. He does have triples on his card. McLaughlin, strategy roll, and nothing on the 5. McLaughlin deals. McLaughlin, 5-3, range play at the park. Exhibition, 7-7, and it's going to be a blank. We got a rare play with men on. Lately getting a lot of rare plays. Rare plays, men on. Let's see what we got. That is a 26. Shallow fly to left field, resolve play as an F7 range play. So the left fielder is Woods. His range is a 5. That is a 6. He won't get it. If left fielder does not catch the ball, the lead runner gets a late break attempting to advance to the next base. Roll 1d8 versus base runner minus left field arm plus 4 if higher runner out. If caught and not third out, roll 1d8 versus base runner minus left field arm plus 4 as the lead runner is trying to retreat back to his original base. I have a little problem with this one because Dempsey's going to score here. With 2 outs, he would not get a break. He would come in to score. Because it does say if left fielder does not catch the ball, the lead runner gets a late break. But there are 2 outs. He would be running home. He would not be waiting to see if the ball is caught with 2 outs. So, as far as I'm concerned, I'm going to ignore that one, and that's going to be a base hit to left field. Dempsey will score. It's 3-1. He would be going on contact. So Dempsey, it should have said if less than 2 outs. You should rewrite that if less than 2 outs. Then it makes sense. But no, if less than 2 outs, no. But that's going to be a base hit. It will be an RBI. It's 3-1. It's 3-1 Orioles. Stadium groans. Yeah, he'd be going on contact, and it doesn't have that red on there. Okay, so yeah, I would add if less than 2 outs. Then that makes sense. But no, I'm gonna let that stand as a 3-1. And now the batter is Bunbury. Blue Jays now playing this game under protest. Name me one player who would not be breaking home for third for 2 outs. And I'll show you a player that probably would not be in the major would not be in the majors be in the majors long. Doug Hunt joins us here at Exhibition Stadium. Strategy. I should roll a strategy first. So 3-1 now. And that is an 11, nothing happening. McLaughlin, a 8-3, and that's a blank. Bunbury, 3-8, and that's going to be an infield single right back to the pitcher. McLaughlin's not going to get to that, and everyone's going to be safe. Infield single back to McLaughlin. And now the batter is Dower. Dower is 1 for 2, singled and walked. 2 men down. Garcia on at second. Bunbury on at first. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 9. McLaughlin trying to get out of this inning. He's having some problems. McLaughlin will pitch. McLaughlin, 7-4. Strikeout. 15 will be too high. Dower, 4-6. It's a fly ball to center. That'll be handled by Bonnell. And Bonnell will get to it and make the catch. 2 runs on 4 hits. And we go to the bottom of the 6th as the Orioles have now taken the lead here in the after 5.5. You should remark that with less than 2 outs. That makes more sense. He's going on contact as soon as the ball is hit with 2 outs. Domingo Ramos leads off for the Blue Jays. He's 0 for 2. He struck out twice. Now a 3-1 Oriole lead. Flanagan, 1-8, error on a grounder. Ramos, 6-5, and that is a ground ball. It's a ground ball to second. That ball is hit to Rich Dower. His error rating is a 3. That's an 18. Dower will get that, and he will throw it over to first for the out. Next batter is Alt, and he's the reason why the Blue Jays have a run. Doug Alt is 1 for 2 with a bomb and almost had another one. Flanagan will pitch. Flanagan, 8-2, strikeout, 16 is high. Alt, 5-5, that's a grounder to third, easily picked up by DeCinces. And DeCinces will toss it over for out number 2. And now here's Woods. Woods is 0 for 1 with a walk. Flanagan will pitch. Flanagan, 6-2, walk, 17, that will be too high. Woods, 6-7, and that's a base hit. Woods gets a single. He'll head to second base. He'll head to first base. First hit of the game for Woods. And now here's Bonnell. Bonnell is 0 for 2. Strategy rolls are still on. I don't think Woods is going anywhere, and he is not. Flanagan, you call Damaso Garcia Domingo Cedeno? I did. Damaso Garcia Domingo I did? I don't remember that. Flanagan will pitch. 7-3, strikeout, 8, swing and a miss. Struck him out, and he gets him. And that is the 8th strikeout for Flanagan. No runs in the hit for the Blue Jays. The Orioles lead 3-1. Domingo Cedeno, are you sure? I don't remember. Why would I say there is nobody even close to Cedeno? Okay, whatever. Maybe you're right. I don't know. We go to the top of the 7th. Means I've been doing this game too long. Here's Ken Singleton. He's 1 for 3 with a single. McLaughlin will stay on the mound. McLaughlin will pitch. 5-4. Hit by pitch, +1. Singleton will become a 2. That's a 20. Not happening. Singleton, 6-4. Base hit past second base. And now the Orioles are beginning to hit. Singleton gets his second hit of the game. It'll bring up Murray. Murray 1 for 3 with a single. Infield back to double play. Oops, you're in the wrong, RJL. Okay, that's fine. I don't know. Maybe you are. I have no idea. Nothing on the 9. Singleton stays put. McLaughlin will pitch. McLaughlin, 6-6. Range play 13. That's a 1. It's a range play. Murray, 6-8. It's a fly ball to right field. Once again, Lloyd Mosby has got to make a play. His range is a 4. He won't get it. And that is a 3. And that's a 3. McLaughlin, a 1 to 10 would be a double, and that's going to be a double to right. Singleton, however, will hold at third because on range play doubles, you only advance to 2 bases because it may be caught. So Singleton will hold at third base and Murray holds at second. But now the Orioles have a good chance here to get some big-time runs in Hayes Ayala. Runner at second and third. Infield's going to play in. Down 3-1 here. McLaughlin in some trouble. Trying to maybe get out of this. Infield is in. Infield in chart is ready. Strategy roll. And nothing on the 13. McLaughlin will pitch. McLaughlin, 8-6. That's a blank. Ayala, 4-6. And that's a fly ball to right field. That's a fly out to right. That'll be out number 1. Ayala has a sacrifice fly roll of 12. That's a 10. He'll bring in Singleton. It's 4-1 Orioles. Stadium groans. Murray does stay where he is. So that'll be a sacrifice fly for Ayala. And now 4-1 in favor of the O's. The next batter is DeCinces, and that is it for McLaughlin. He's coming out. So McLaughlin coming out of the game. We'll see a new pitcher for the Jays. They're going to stick with a righty. And let's see. Coming on to pitch for the Blue Jays will be Mike Barlow. 3 wins, 1 loss, 5 saves. A 4.09 ERA. Hate to say this. The Blue Jay bullpen is ugh. So Barlow will come on to pitch for Toronto for now. And he can pitch to 7. And DeCinces will bat. Murray on at second, 1 out, top of the 7th. Orioles now lead 4-1. DeCinces 0 for 3. Strategy, nothing on the 2. Barlow will go ahead and pitch. Barlow, 2-2. That's an automatic out, and that will be a grounder to second base. That'll get picked up by Garcia. Throw goes to first for out number 2, and Murray goes to third. So now here's May, and May is 1 for 3, singled and reached on an error. So 2 men down. Barlow trying to keep it where it is. Strategy roll, and nothing on the 18. Barlow will deal. Barlow, 2-2. That's an automatic out, and that will be a ground ball to third this time, picked up by by Orge, and he'll throw to first to retire the side. 1 run, 2 hits, and a sacrifice fly, and the Orioles now have a 4-1 lead. We are at the 7th inning stretch. Sing, take me out to the ball game. I'll be right back. Don't forget, we got a 10-minute ticker coming up after tonight's game. Our next game will be tomorrow night. It will be the final game before the All-Star break. It'll be July 5th. And we're going to Riverfront Stadium for a rematch of a game we had earlier this season. The Houston Astros taking on the Cincinnati Reds. Ken Force will be pitching for the Astros, and Bruce Bereni will be pitching for the Reds. This will be the final game before the All-Star break. With the All-Star, with no baseball on Sunday due to Super Bowl, but either way, it did come out that way. With the All-Star game on Monday, and of course, no game on Tuesday. But tomorrow night, we will do July 5th, the Astros and the Reds here on the network. I know there'll be some Reds fans that will not miss that one. Bottom of the 7th, Orioles lead 4-1. Lloyd Mosby leads off. He is 0 for 2. Flanagan still has plenty left in the tank. Flanagan will deal. Flanagan, 4-8. Pitcher result, 15 against the lefty. That's going to be a blank. Mosby, 3-4, and that will be a fly to center field. An easy play for Al Bumbry, 1 out. Here's Griffin. Griffin is 0 for 2. Flanagan will pitch. Flanagan, 5-8. Walk, 14 will miss. Griffin, 7-1. That's powered into left field. That's an 8, and that's going to be a double. Griffin will get a double against the lefty. He'll head to second base. And that's his first hit of the ball game. It will now bring up Orge. Orge is 1 for 2 with a single. And will they see? And nope, they'll let Orge bat. So Griffin on at second. He'll pitch. He'll go up against Flanagan. Strategy rolls are still on. Griffin will stay put. Flanagan will deal. Flanagan, 4-7. Error on a throw. Orge, 2-7. That's a ground ball to short. That ball is hit to Garcia. His error rating is a 6. That's a 15. He's going to go ahead and throw the ball over. Going to throw the ball over because it won't be a throwing error. And Griffin will make third. The throw went to first for out number 2. Next batter is Davis. And we may see a pinch hitter for him, even though he is a righty. Ernie Witt is a little better. Well, it's still left on right. Nah, Davis will bat. Flanagan will go up against Davis here, as Uncle Dave Gardner joins us here at Exhibition Stadium. The Uncle Dave Gardner. For those of you who do not know who Uncle Dave Gardner is, please, what planet are you guys living on? He is only one of the greatest of all time. And he is. One of my inspirations for doing this crazy stuff. Griffin on at third. 2 men down here. Still bottom of the 7th. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 15. Flanagan. 3-6. Error, foul, grounder at the park. Exhibition. 6-4. And that is a ground ball. It's a ground ball to second. The ball is hit to Dower again. His error rating is a 3. That's a 9. Dower will not make an error. What he will do is make the play. And he'll throw it over to first and retire the side. No runs and a hit for the Blue Jays. 4-1 after 7. We go to the top of the 8th. Mike Barlow will continue to pitch for the Blue Jays. Rick Dempsey, the batter, and he is 1 for 2, tripled and walked. 4-1 Orioles here at Exhibition Stadium. Orioles only 1 game back of the Yankees in the American League East. The Blue Jays not out of it by any means. They're still fighting for third. There are 4 teams right now fighting for third place in the American League East. Remember, top 3 will get you in as long as you have a winning record. Barlow, 6-6, error on a throw. Dempsey, 4-7, and that's a ground ball to short. That ball is hit to Griffin. His error rating is an 11. That's a 9, and that's going to be a throwing error. That's going to be a throw to first, and Doug Alt has a range of 6. So does he prevent the ball? Does he prevent the ball from getting past him? No, he doesn't. Now, does Dempsey take second? No, he doesn't. Dempsey does not have the speed, so it's a bad throw by Griffin, and Dempsey will reach first, but that's as far as he'll go, and that's going to be an E6, and that is the second error on the Blue Jays in the ball game. So a bad error by Griffin, and now here's Garcia. Garcia's 1 for 3 with a single. Infield is that double play. Strategy rolls are off. Barlow, 2-2. That's an automatic out, and that will be a grounder to first base. That is a 10, but I had to use it for I have to use that, so I got to re-roll. So it's a grounder to first. That's a 14. And -2 makes that a 12. Barlow is 0, and Garcia is a 10+. That is still going to be a 3-6-3 double play. And there will be 2 outs. So Barlow does get the twin killing to help him. And now here's Bunbury. Bunbury is 2 for 3. 2 singles and got hit by a pitch. 2 men down. Yes, Uncle Dave does watch my channel once in a while when he gets a chance. It is always an honor when Uncle Dave is here. It's an honor when all of you guys are here. Just to have people watch me roll dice and move cards on a board. Get a life, guys. Barlow, 1-5, walk, 7, and yeah, he walked him. He walked Bunbury. Bunbury walked a little bit against righties, and Bunbury will trot to first. Barlow had only 17 walks in 80. He didn't have that many. He had 39 appearances, though. Here's Dower. Dower is 1 for 3, singled and walked. Bunbury, a stealing threat, but the strategy rolls are off. Barlow, 8-2 against a righty. Walk. That 18 is high. Dower, 1-1. Grounded to short. An easy play for Griffin this time. He's going to throw to first to get Dower, and that will end the inning. No runs, no hits, 1 error. But we go to the bottom of the 8th. I am the best value for the entertainment dollars you have in your budget. Which is 0. Hey, I'm not monetizing anything. I'm just doing this for fun. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Damaso Garcia leads off for the Bluebirds. He's 0 for 3. Flanagan can pitch to 3 more batters before he tires. He's going to stay out there. Flanagan will pitch. He's only given up 1 run on and scattered about 4 hits. 5 hits, actually. Flanagan, 8-5. That's a pitcher result. That's a 19 against a righty. That's going to be a blank. Garcia, 1-3. That's powered into right field. That's a 15. And against the lefty, Garcia's just going to get a triple. He is going to get a triple. He hits that one into right field, and that's over Singleton's head. He'll have to chase after it. By the time he gets it, Garcia's on at third. Garcia gets his first hit of the ball game, and it's a triple. And now the batter is Ramos, and now I think we will see a pinch hitter for him, as Ramos is the DH. So we'll definitely see a new pitcher for him. So Ramos is coming out, and coming on to take over at designated hitter will be Otto Velez, 269 average, 20 bombs, 62 RBI. So Velez will be the new DH for the Blue Jays. And Garcia's on at third. The infield is going to play back. Garcia's run doesn't mean anything, and the Orioles just want to get some outs. Flanagan will go ahead and he will pitch. Flanagan, 7-4. Range play 13. That's a 4. Yes. Velez, 5-2. That's a ground ball to short. That ball is hit to Garcia. His range is a 5, and he won't get it. That's a base hit. Garcia will come in, he will score, and Velez has a base hit and an RBI. It's 4-2. So an RBI single by Velez. Great choice of the manager to choose Otto Velez to pinch hit. You just don't see managing like this on that other channel with the fluffy cat. Next batter is Alt. Now, Alt does have a bomb in this game. He's 1 for 3. There are no other righties on the bench. And Alt with a 194 average. I think even though we got the home run, and Alt is the first baseman. So we're going to go ahead and let's see. Who had the most pinch hits on this one? Actually, I really shouldn't have used Velez. He never did pinch hit against lefties. But that's okay. We'll let it go. Let's see, but I better do it now. So let's see. Who would pinch hit? Believe it or not, Mayberry would. He only had 1 pinch hit against lefties in 1980. And you know what? He's going to get it here. Alt's coming out of the game, and coming on to pinch hit will be John Mayberry. He's going to take over at first also. He stunk at the position though. He's only a 1-6. So I'm giving up the range for some offense. So John Mayberry will pinch hit. 248 average, 30 home runs, 82 RBI. So he's there maybe to hit a bomb. There's no one out here. Bottom of the 8th, 4-2 Orioles. Velez on at first. I probably shouldn't have used them to pinch it, but too late now. Strategy rolls are back. And nothing on the 7th. And Flanagan will pitch. Flanagan, 4-3. And strikeout, 14. That's going to be too high. Mayberry, 4-5. And that's a grounder to first. That's a ground ball to first. That's a 16. And grounder to first, -2 makes that a 14. Flanagan +2 is a 16. Mayberry's a 12+. That's a double play. So a 3-6-3 double play, 2 down. As Mayberry will go ahead and ground into the 3-6-3. And now with 2 down, here's Woods. Flanagan is tired. He says he can pitch. But the Orioles may now be going to the bullpen for the ninth. Orioles now lead 4-2. Woods is 1 for 2. Singleton walked. I don't know why I'm rolling with Strat. Flanagan, 8-1. That's a base. That's a straight base hit, and that's going to be a single to right. Woods hits a straight single to right field. And now, once again, the tying run coming to the plate. And Bonnell. Bonnell will bat. Bonnell, he is 0 for 3. Kind of think he's due. Bonnell did have 13 home runs. Question is Flanagan going to pitch? He is tired. I'm going to say no. That's it for Flanagan. Flanagan coming out of the game. He is done. And the Orioles will go to the bullpen. And they will bring in a righty. And let's see. That is going to be... Coming on to pitch for the Orioles is going to be Tim Stoddard. 5 wins, 3 losses, 26 saves, a 2.51 ERA. Can he get a 4-out save here? So Flanagan leaves with a W. And Tim Stoddard is going to come on to pitch. So Stoddard will pitch now, and he can pitch to 7. Bonnell is 0 for 3. 2 outs, bottom of the 8th, 4-2 O's. Woods on at first. Strategy, and nothing on the 3. He stays put. Stoddard will deal. Stoddard, 6-4. Wild pitch. 4, yes, it's a wild one. And that will send Woods to second. So Stoddard's first thing was a wild pitch. Re-rolling the strat to see if anything happens again. And again, Woods will stay at second. So a wild pitch by Stoddard. Now he'll pitch to Bonnell. Woods, of course, his run at second base really doesn't mean anything. Stoddard just needs to concentrate on Bonnell. Stoddard, 5-6. That's a pitcher result. That's a 7 against a righty. That's going to be an out. That's going to be an out, and that will be a fly ball to right field. And Singleton's going to have room. He'll make the catch and retire the side. 1 run, 3 hits, and a wild pitch. But it's 4-2 after 8. As Stoddard gets it done in that inning. We go to the top of the 9th. Barlow. Coming on to bat for the Orioles is Ken Singleton. They have 2 switches and a righty. And I think Singleton does better against lefties. And Murray, pretty much the same thing. Do I let Barlow pitch? Let me see what I want to do here. And I'm going to say... Checking the Oriole bench. Not the Blue Jay bench. Not much to choose from. It's 4-2. And I'm going to go ahead and bring him in. Barlow coming out of the game. And coming on to pitch for the Orioles, for the Blue Jays, is going to be Jerry Garvin. 4 wins, 7 losses, 8 saves, a 2.29 ERA. Pretty much really the best reliever in the bullpen. So Garvin, his job to keep it where it is at 4-2 and then hope for some 9th inning magic. Ken Singleton will bat. He is 2 for 4 with 2 singles, and Garvin can pitch to 6. Barlow was going to be tired after Singleton, though. Garvin will go ahead and he will pitch. Garvin, 8-6, strikeout 17. That will miss. Singleton, 1-2, base hit right past short. Singleton will get a base hit. That's his 3rd consecutive hit and his 3rd hit of the game. And now here's Murray. Murray is 2 for 4, a single and a double. Infield a double play. Strategy rolls are off. Garvin will deal. Garvin, 3-5. That's an automatic out, and it will be a ground ball to third base. Grounder to third. I'll re-roll, and that is a 1. That's not going to be a double play. Grounder to third, 1. Hit to third, 0 plus 0. Garvin plus 1 makes him a 2. And that is going to be Singleton's going to make second base on that. That will be a 2. The throw goes to first to get Murray, and the Blue Jays are just happy to get an out. So Singleton will get to second base on a grounder to third. If that was hit to anyone else, Singleton probably would have been a fielder's choice. And now here's Ayala. Ayala is 0 for 4. Infield is back. 4-2 Orioles. Blue Jays trying to keep it close. Pitch from Garvin. Garvin, 7-1. Against a righty, it's an automatic out. It'll be a ground ball to third, and that'll be grabbed there by Orge. The throw goes to first, and Singleton, he'll stay at second base, 2 down. So 2 outs, and now DeCinces. DeCinces is 0 for 4. Kind of think he's due for a hit. Singleton will deal. Garvin will deal. Garvin, 6-2. Wild pitch. No, but a possible pass ball on Davis. His pass ball rating is a 5. That is a 2. It will not be a pass ball. DeCinces will swing. 5-3, and that's going to be a base hit pass short. There are runners in scoring position. It'll be a single. Will that score Singleton? His base running rating will be a 3, and he will score. Singleton comes in to score. It's 5-2 Orioles. Stadium groans. RBI single by DeCinces. As I said, he was kind of due. And now the batter is May. And May is one for 4. Singleton reached on an error. Now 5-2 Orioles. DeCinces on it first. Garvin will pitch. Garvin, 3-4. Against a righty, it's an automatic out. It's a fly to center field. An easy play for Barry Bonell. And he'll make the catch. 1 run on 2 hits. A big insurance run for the Orioles. 5-2 lead. But will we see some 9th inning magic? Tim Stoddard will stay on the mound. He is their main closer. And Lloyd Mosby leads off for the Blue Jays. He will bat. He is 0 for 3. Fans here at Exhibition would like to see some 9th inning magic. Cutter Historical would like to see some 9th inning magic. Stoddard. 8-6, walk 2, and that's ball 4. He walked him. Stoddard will go ahead and walk Mosby. Stoddard at 36 walks, and the leadoff runner is on. So we'll walk by Mosby. Here comes Griffin. Griffin will bat. Griffin is 1 for 3 with a double. Ernest Cruz joins us here at Exhibition Stadium. Mosby on it first, 5-2. The tying run is now on deck. Strategy rolls are off. Stoddard concentrating on Griffin. Stoddard, 4-8. Error on a booted ball. Griffin, 1-1. That is a ground ball. It's a ground ball to short. That ball is hit to Kiko Garcia. His error rating is a 6. That's a 9. He will not make an error. But will there be a double play? That's a 7. Hit the short. +1 is an 8. Stoddard. +3 is an 11. Griffin is a 15. That will not be a double play. That will be a fielder's choice. 1 out. No error there by Kiko Garcia. 1 down. And now here's Orge. Orge is 1 for 3. No home run power against righties. And Orge is what? He is the third baseman. And we're gonna see a pinch hitter. Orge coming out of the game, and coming on to pinch hit for the Blue Jays will be Roy Howell. 269 average, 10 homers, 57 RBIs. He does have 3 pinch hits against righties. He will bat. And Roy Howell will take over at third if this game goes any further. So here's Roy Howell. Griffin on it first. 1 out, bottom of the 9th, 5-2 Orioles. No strategy roll. Stoddard will pitch. Stoddard, 6-8, walk, 19 is high. Howell, 2-5, and that's going to be a base hit to center field. There are no runners in scoring position, so that will stand. Single to center. Griffin for 8, and he will hold at second base. Single to center, and the tying run is at the plate, but in the form of Bob Davis. So a base hit by Howell. Davis is the batter, and he's coming out of the game, and coming on to pinch hit will be Ernie Witt, and he'll take over at catcher. 237 average, 6 homers, 234 RBIs. So Witt will take over at catcher if this game goes any further. So, in case, 10, and Witt is a 7-5-10-0. So Ernie Witt will come on to bat. Still 1 out. Infield is now a double play. 5-2 Orioles. Witt does have a little home run power against righties. Stoddard trying to get this game over with. Strategy rolls are still off. Stoddard will pitch. Stoddard, 3-2. Range play 12. It's a 7. It's a range play. Witt, 5-6. It's a fly ball to right field. Going after that is Singleton, and not who you want to hit to if you're an Oriole fan. His range is a 1. That's a 3. It's going to be a base hit. It's a single to right field. The runners will only advance 1 base, and the bases are loaded. So Witt gets a single, and now Damaso Garcia is the batter, and he will bat. 1 for 4. Garcia, a little home run power. Bases loaded, 1 out, bottom of the 9th. Orioles lead 5-2. Stoddard cannot get this game over. Garcia tripled his last time up. Griffin on at third. Howell on at second. Witt on at first. Stoddard will set up against Garcia. Fans here at Exhibition Stadium hoping for a big-time hit. Stoddard will pitch. Stoddard, 5-3 against a righty. It's a blank. Garcia, 6-8, and he pumped it up. Garcia pumps it up to third base. The sensei will call for it. 2 down. Garcia pops it to third. And now the batter will be Otto Velez, who came in for Ramos at DH. So now bases loaded. Now Velez is the batter. Stoddard is not tired. He will be after Velez. Velez, if Stoddard pitches him a meatball, it's over. Velez has 20 bombs in 80. Stoddard cannot give up a home run. Stoddard will settle in there against Velez. The fans at Exhibition Stadium are on their feet, hoping for a big-time hit. Stoddard sets up in there, and he will pitch. Stoddard, 1-1, pickoff, 15. No, we go to the park. Exhibition Stadium, 4-4. And it's a fly ball to center field. Getting under that is Al Bunbury. He's going to take a couple of steps forward, puts out his glove, blop, and the ball falls into it. That's your game. The Orioles will win this game over the Blue Jays tonight, 5-2. Stadium groans. No runs, 2 hits, and a walk. The Blue Jays are going to come out just a little bit empty. Had a great chance there. But a 4-4 is a fly out to center field off of Exhibition, and that will do it. The Orioles will go to 48-26. The Blue Jays drop to 37-35. Final line score coming up. For the Orioles, 5 runs, 12 hits, no errors. For the Blue Jays, 2 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors. The winning pitcher is Mike Flanagan will get the win. Paul Mirabella will take the loss. Tim Stoddard will get the save. So a good victory here for the Orioles. They continue to stay close to the Yankees. And we're not done. 10-minute ticker is next. Well, that was a good game to start the month of July. Could have went either way there. As we got the All-Star game coming around the corner. Can you guys already believe we're at the All-Star break in this season? We're already at the All-Star break. It is time for the 10-minute ticker, brought to you by FastScore Baseball. So 5-2 win for the Orioles. Let's see how the rest of the majors does tonight. July 2nd, Yankees at Boston. Yankees 1666, that's 11. Red Sox 323, that is 2. California at the White Sox. Angels 763, 7 runs. White Sox 653, and that is 5 runs. Cleveland at Detroit. Indians 1162, 7 runs. Tigers 1721, and that is 3, a win for the Tribe. Minnesota at the Royals. Twins 736, that's 4. Royals 1365, and that is 9. The Royals continue to dominate. Oakland at Milwaukee. Let's see here. Oakland 844, and that is 4. Brewers 426, and that is 2, a win for the Athletics. Rangers and the Mariners. Rangers 1266, that's 10. Mariners 535, that's 3. Astros and the Braves. Astros 432, that's 3. Braves 116, that's 1. Another win for the Stros. Padres and the Dodgers. Padres 823, 2 runs. Dodgers 856, 6 runs. Phillies and the Expos. Phillies 643, that's 4. Expos 121, that's 1. Cubs and the Mets. Can my Mets get a win? Cubs 1263, and that is 8. Mets 616, that is 1, and my Mets suck. Cardinals and the Pirates. Cardinals 1165, that's 9. Pirates 826, and that's 3. Win for the Redbirds. Reds and the Giants. Reds 1265, that's 9. Giants 115, and that is 1. That game belongs to the Reds. July 3rd, Boston at Baltimore. Red Sox 766, that's 9. Orioles 1761, that is 8. Close win for the Red Sox. Angels and the White Sox. Angels 1925, 4 runs. White Sox 964, 8 runs. Yankees and the Indians. Yankees 1926, that's 4. Indians 746, that is 5. The Indians will get the win. Toronto at the Tigers. Blue Jays 666, that's 9. Tigers 2532, that's 6. It's a win for the Jays. Mariners and the Royals. Mariners 032, that is 2. Royals 2026, and that will be 4. Win for the Royals. Oakland and the Brewers. Athletics 915, that's 2. Brewers 923, that is also 2, and they're going to extras for that one. Both teams roll a 3. Oakland -1, Milwaukee -4. That will be a win for the Athletics. Rangers and the Twins. Rangers, 951, and that is 5. Twins, 2024, and that's 4. That's a win for the Rangers. Astros and the Braves. Astros, 432, that's 3. Braves, minus 135, that's 2. That's another win for the Astros. Padres and the Dodgers. Padres, 463, and that's 6. Dodgers, 652, and that's 5. Another win for the Friars. Dodgers struggling a bit. Expos and the Mets. Can my Mets get a win? Expos, 1214, that's 2. Mets, 716, that is 2. And they're going to extras. Montreal rolls a 5 plus 0. Mets roll a 3 minus 1 is 2. A win for the Expos, and my Mets continue to suck. Cubs and the Pirates. Cubs, 454, and that is 5. Pirates, 1334, and that is 4. That's a win for the Cubs. Reds and the Giants. Reds, 1225, and that's 3. Giants, 252, that is 4. A win for the G-Men. Phillies and the Cardinals in a doubleheader. Game 1. Phillies, 1264, that's 8. Cardinals, 1164, that's 8. And they're going to extras. Phillies roll a 5 plus 0. Cardinals roll a 3 minus 4. That'll be a win for the Phillies in the first one. Phillies, 2046, and that's 7. Cardinals, 1426, and that is 4. And the Phillies are going to win. The Phillies are going to win both. July 4th, Independence Day. Boston at Baltimore. Red Sox, 743, and that's 4. Orioles, 1856, that's 8. Another win for the O's. Oakland at the White Sox. Athletics, 232, that's 2. White Sox, 726, that's 3. Win for the Pale Hose. Yankees and the Indians. Yankees, 1654, that'll be 7. Indians, 744, that is 4. Win for the Bronx Bombers. Toronto at Detroit. Blue Jays, 765, that's 8. Tigers, 1351, and that is 6. And the Tigers slipping so lately. Mariners and the Royals. Mariners, 434, that's 3. Royals, 1536, that is 5. A win for KC. California at Milwaukee. Angels, 935, that is 4. Brewers, 1353, that is 6. And the Brew Crew gets a win. Rangers and the Twins. Rangers, 1036, and that is 4. Twins, 926, that is 3. A win for the Rangers. Padres and the Braves. Padres, 856, that's 6. Braves, 1033, that is 4. A win for the Friars. Astros and the Reds. We have these two tomorrow night. Astros, 722, and that's 2. Reds, 716, that's 2. And they're going to extras there. Astros roll a 6, plus 2 is 8. Reds roll a 5, plus 1 is 6. And that game will go to the Astros. Giants and the Dodgers. Giants, minus 444. That is 2. Dodgers, 941, and that will be 4 for them. They'll win that. Expos and the Mets in a doubleheader. Can my Mets get a win? Expos, 742, and that's 4. Mets, 426, and that is 2. My Mets suck. Second game. Expos, 1156, and that is 1156. That is 7. And Mets, 361, and that is 5. And my Mets lose both, and my Mets suck. Cubs and the Pirates. In a doubleheader, game 1, Cubs 5-32, and that is 3. Pirates 13-26, that is also 3, and they're going to extras. Cubs roll a 1, -1 is 0. Pittsburgh rolls a 2, they're going to win, and plus 0, they'll raise the Jolly Roger for that one. Cubs 664, that will be 7. Pirates 1063, that is also 7, and they're going to extras again. Cubs roll a 6, -1 is 5. Pirates roll a 4, plus 0, and they will split the twin bill. Phillies and the Cardinals. Phillies 15-24, that is 3. Cardinals 12-45, and that is 5, and the Redbirds will get a win. That is your 10-minute ticker. If your team won tonight, congratulations. If they didn't, there's always tomorrow. Tomorrow, the final game before the All-Star break for July 5th, the Houston Astros taking on the Cincinnati Reds. Ken Force for the Astros, Bruce Bereni for the Reds. Be there or be square. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Please leave a like on your way out the turnstiles. Subscribe if you're not done so. Make sure you hit the bell. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. The Orioles build a nest and have Blue Jays in the nest, but they kick them out of the nest. Orioles win it tonight, 5-2. We'll see you guys tomorrow night.